And welcome, you guys. My name is Regina Stiles.
And I'm Randy Fox too, and we're the hosts of
It's Sweet Tea Time. Hi, everybody. We'd like to welcome you guys here today on this lovely Monday, the start of Pride Month.
Yes.
And we are sitting here in my new location. We are over here at Randy's house, and we are just going to have a lot of fun today. So we would like to welcome our guest at this time. We had to get him up out of the bed, make sure he took a shower and combed his crazy hair.
Yes, exactly.
And we love him. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome community activist and loving and caring man, if you know him. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Michael Lochner. Yes, here he is. There he is. Hi, Mikey.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Going crazy. Literally going crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say it's good. I would say it's good to see you, except I don't see you.
What do you mean? You can't see us?
Nope.
You can
But
hear
that's
us,
okay.
right?
Yes, I can hear you.
As long as you can hear us, we're all good. So Mikey, we're going to go ahead and get this interview started with you, and why don't we go ahead and do that? And we're going to ask you, why don't you tell us where you are and not where you are, where you were born and where you were born and raised and where you grew up.
I was born at West Point, New York, the academy. Dad was stationed there. And I actually grew up in Rochester. I'm 29 for the, I don't know, I think it's like 28th year, which would make me about 57 or give or take. I'm the oldest of 7. I grew up in Rochester, New York. I'm the oldest of 7. It's boys, 3 girls, 2 boys. Born and raised Catholic. Parents. What else would you like?
Mikey, were you a military brat?
For probably the first 4 or 5 years, my dad was in the Army, so he got stationed at West Point. Then we went to Hawaii for 2 years, where the next boy and the first girl were born. Then we went to Tacoma, Washington, where the second girl was born. And then we went back to Rochester, New York.
So you guys are basically like the Brady Bunch, right? The Brady Bunch family, huh?
Yeah, you could say we're the Brady Bunch, except I'm the best.
Okay.
So let me ask you, you were just talking about that. So you have a family, well, not counting your parents, but your siblings, you have 7 brothers and sisters. Like, with a total of 7, including yourself.
Yes. And then go ahead.
What was it like in your household with that many brothers and sisters?
I don't think we were ever quiet for a second. It was, I think the only time Mom and Dad ever got peace was when we were in bed sleeping. And I'm actually one of the memories I remember from our first house on Marino Park was we had a dog named Buffy who had 7 puppies and had the puppies on my youngest brother's bed. His name is Steven. 7 puppies for 7 kids.
Well, okay, so you each had a puppy to raise.
You could for all of 2 weeks.
That is so funny. So real quick before we go any further, I just want to make sure that we say hi to the people that have joined our feed here. We have president of the board of CGNIE, Taryn through you is here. Dex is here.
Hi, Dex.
Chad from Austin, Texas. Marsha is on here. Of course, we're going to say hi to Mark. He's watching it in the house next door. Hello to Steven, to Tyler. Ziggy is now watching. And Steven says on the thing, 57. Now you know you're lying.
Or 7.
We actually have ID that says I'm 21.
All right, I believe you.
Times what?
I can't count them.
You cannot confirm nor deny, right?
So basically, Mikey, you're 21, I'm 18.
That's right, 21 and 18.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, Mikey, let me ask you a question. So, you know, living in a family with that many children, were your parents able to give you guys all the same kind of attention, or did each of the family members get different attention?
Every one of us got the same amount of attention. Mom and Dad did not distinguish between us. We were all equal in their eyes, which was interesting. I mean, every birthday, every Christmas. I remember for Christmases, every child got the same number of presents. So it was nobody was ever shortchanged. And I will honestly say, being the oldest of 7, me and my next brother, James, we kept the household interesting. We gave our parents a run for the money.
I've always said, at least in my life, I don't know about Randy's, but I would have loved to have more. I only have one sister in my life. So I really wish that I could have had maybe more siblings, but I guess my parents said, I have Regina or Ricky. We don't need no more.
Yeah. Cool. So, Mikey.
No comment to the press. No comment to the press on that one.
So, Mikey, I have a question for you. When did you start liking boys?
Or should we say, when did you realize that you started liking boys?
Okay. Or when did you start liking D?
I want to say probably 7.
Really?
Okay. Now, when would you say that you kind of made an attempt on your feelings?
Mm-hmm.
I was 13.
Okay. That's a pretty good age, because that's the year I came out at 13 or 14.
And I came out, not really came out, but I would say 22. So
right.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that and your coming out story? How old were you when you came out of the closet?
I believe I came out to my parents when I was about 18. And that was kind of an interesting. I had sort of disappeared for the weekend because I went out and got picked up, and the sex was so good I just stayed for the whole weekend.
Yes, queen. Yes.
Came home and it was a Sunday morning. Slept for a couple hours. When I woke up, should have known something was wrong because the house was quiet. I came downstairs and my mom and dad were seated at the table with the pastor and one of the nuns from the school and the church, Holy Cross. And then their best friends were there, and they all had their little Bibles out waiting for me. And so I sat at the table, and they're like, "We need to talk to you." I'm like, "Okay." And then they talked for yada, yada, yada. And finally I was like, "Oh, gotta go. I gotta get ready for tea dancing." I went upstairs, took a shower, and
oh, that's hilarious. Well, so basically you just now, were they accepting or not very accepting?
Excuse me?
I said, were they very accepting or not accepting at all at the beginning?
For the first 2 years, they were not accepting because when I was 18, my parents kicked me out of the house, and I didn't talk to my parents for almost 2 years.
Really?
Wow. And that was when you were 18, right?
Yep.
Now, did you stay in Rochester, New York?
No, I actually moved to Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
We're definitely going to get to that. We'll talk about that. One of the questions I wanted to ask you, and we definitely know we were going to talk about this. So, you are a big advocate in the HIV community.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely get to that also later too. But why don't we talk about when you were first diagnosed and how you found out about that?
In 1986, I was 23, and I met a gentleman. His first name was Aaron, and I spent the weekend with him. We were in bed on Sunday, and at the moment, I didn't realize that he had a partner. His partner came over
Oh.
and broke the door down because it was locked, and walked into the apartment and was like, "What the heck?" And he's like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "Who are you?" And he says, "I'm his lover." I'm like, "Oops." So,
Oh, she said,
so
oh.
I got up and ran to the bathroom and got dressed. And when I came out, the gentleman that broke the door down said, "You need to get tested. We're both HIV positive." And of course, I was 23. Growing up in Rochester, New York, it wasn't really talked about at the time because this was 6. And to make a long story short, I ended up staying. Aaron and I actually were lovers for 4 years because the sex was that great.
Oh, work it out, girl.
All right.
So we were together for 4 years. In 1990, I got tested, but I deliberately did not go back to hear the results because I think deep down I knew I was, but I wasn't quite ready to accept the results.
Yeah, basically in denial.
Now let's go back real quick. You said that when your parents kicked you out at 18, now you moved to what is it?
Deerfield.
Florida. Now I read in the article that you sent me that in my research about this interview today that you moved there to find yourself and figure out who you were as a person.
Oh yes, it was. Let's just say it was a fun time.
Now I know this may be a little bit of TMI, but was that where you had the incident with the gentleman Aaron, or was that back in Rochester, New York?
That was in Rochester, New York. Deerfield Beach was when I remember because this was back in the early 80s. You'd go to the bar, get picked up, go have sex, and then you go back to the bar for another trick.
So
I was a hussy.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go back and talk about one more time. In the research that I did, it says that you waited 4 years before you actually got the results to find out that you were HIV positive. One more time, why did you really wait 4 years? Is it because you already knew that you were, or you just didn't want to confront the fact that you actually were HIV positive?
It's both. I sort of suspected I was because when I was with Aaron, we certainly did not use safe sex. And the only reason I found out in 94 is because I actually came down with shingles twice. And for those of you who don't know what shingles is the adult version almost of chickenpox. And it's quite painful, and it travels along the nervous system. The second time I got it, I actually had to go into the doctor's office, and I remember it was February 28th, and he came into the room in 1994, and he came into the room and he said, "Before we talk about anything, I need to let you know what your test results are from 1990." And it was like hitting a brick wall to actually have the test results confirmed.
And when you found
With
out, Mikey, did you speak to your friends to talk about the whole situation? How did you feel? Because I know if I found out, I wouldn't know what to do. Honestly.
Probably for the first, I believe it was probably the first 3 or 4 months, I really didn't acknowledge it.
Uh,
I actually did not get into treatment until November of 1994
mhm.
because I got sick and I was going to the clinic, and I believe it was it was November of 1994 when I actually received my full-blown AIDS diagnosis. Give or
Now,
take.
I'm gonna ask you off what you just said. So you basically, that was when you were 24, right?
Let's see, 94. Yeah, no, actually, 94, 63, I would have been 31.
31. Okay. So let me ask you this. So 31, you are now 57. So you've been living with full blown AIDS for almost 25, 26 years.
Yeah,
And would you say that you're,
altogether,
say
go
again?
ahead. No, go
Would you
ahead.
say would you say that your life has been an easy road or hard?
Uh, it has been an easy road compared to most people living with HIV/AIDS. Um, and what I mean by that is, my mother was a nurse, so she definitely was doing her research on HIV, and she was coming with me to the doctor, so she was able to question the doctor, "Are you sure this is the right treatment?" And you got to remember, back then, most people, when they found out they were HIV positive and told their families, they were disowned.
Mhm.
I've been very fortunate that I have a family that's always that since they've known, they've accepted me. I mean, other than the 2 years when I first came out as gay, and the way my family found out I was HIV positive, my mom, I told her what the test results were, but the rest of the family found out is in February of 94. We did an AIDS walk in Rochester, New York, and I was walking with my best friend, and the news reporter kept asking him, "Why are you walking? Why are you walking?" And he didn't want to say anything. So finally, I just grabbed the microphone and I said, "He's walking with me because I'm HIV positive," and we just kept walking. So
Well,
needless,
that is
I,
so funny that you even mentioned that because I was actually about to ask you that question and you just told us. Okay, everyone, we are going to go ahead and take a real quick break, and we will be right back more with Mikey. So, Mikey, we will be right back.
All right, we're ready to see more tea.
Receive more
Tea. Huh?
more tea and more of everything else. We will be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. I just wanted to remind you guys, please support your local businesses, especially Red Wing. Red Wing is open right now for takeout Thursday through Sunday from 3 to 9. You can go in, you can call, you can make your orders and go pick them up. You can also get booze to go. Remember, 3 to 9, Thursday through Sunday. We are now working on doing a sit down. All that stuff will be coming out soon. So please, like I said, once again, please support all your local businesses, right? I know Randy and I have been out to eat already, and everything out there is safe and ready to go. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and bring back our guest at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and bring back, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Lochner.
Hi, Mikey.
Hey, Mikey, welcome back.
Okay, we are back.
All right. So we talked about, about when you got AIDS and once and all that good stuff.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Hi.
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello?
Mikey?
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mikey. I am the current president of the board of the Imperial Court de San Diego. I am 57.
Mikey!
Regina? Is
Can you
Empress
hear us?
Regina there, or Emperor Randy?
Can you hear us?
Can't hear us. Okay, you guys, we are having a little bit of technical difficulties here with Mikey hearing us. So we all know that he can't hear. So we're gonna try this one more time. Here we go. We're gonna bring him back. Here we go. Hey, Mikey, can you hear us now? Hello?
Can you hear us?
Hello?
I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today.
All right, you guys, we're going to take a quick break. We will be back live with our stream here in a minute. So we will be right back. Thank you guys for joining us.